Hi, everybody. This is Carol. It's week 4, and I watched Brenda's video this week before doing mine. I thought maybe, Brenda, you would have some words of wisdom, and I appreciated what you had to say. And you reminded me about Powtoons, so I was glad to hear that. First of all, I have also done projects like probably both of you have done. We all started out in Humanities 5500, and in that course, I know I was required, and I suspect you were also, to do a digital storytelling project. And I think I used Movie Maker in that for that project. I do know that I was stressed through that entire course because it was the very first one, but I was able to accomplish that and I was pleased with it. And so I think Movie Maker was pretty easy to use, as I recall. Unfortunately, since that time, I have gotten a new computer and I have a Windows 10 operating system, which is horrible and does not have Movie Maker and has nothing really compatible to it. So I've not been able to do that again. I did download something for the OTL 5100 course that is like a Movie Maker substitute, and it worked okay, but it's not Movie Maker. So anyway, that was what I did for that particular course. And then I did use Powtoons for a world religions course, and I really liked that, and I'd forgotten about it, and I'm glad you reminded me of it because it was pretty easy to use. You could add audio and video clips, and I don't remember a lot of editing per se, but I enjoyed using it, and my final product I was pretty pleased with. Unlike you, Brenda, I only had to do 5 minutes or something, so I had a 7-minute project, and that fit well within their time parameters or time frames, so I didn't have to worry about going over and possibly having to buy an upgrade or anything like that. Also, for the OTL 5100 course, we did the Screencast-O-Matic, and after I learned how to use that, I did like that also, and probably will use that for our digital storytelling in the upcoming weeks. But this week I decided I wanted to try one of the new applications that Dr. Langhorst had put on our list. And so I looked at Animoto, and I did not want to create a new login, although I had to because I did do WeVideo, but I didn't want to try the educational thing. I've done that in the past, and it seems like they run out, and I just didn't want to do that, so I decided not to do that. I looked at YouTube, and I didn't really understand how to do that. It looked to me as though you had to create the video and then you could edit the video. So I wasn't really sure how to create the video first and then edit it. So I must not get this week or something. So anyway, I decided to go with WeVideo. And so far, it seems pretty easy. I haven't published yet, and so I'm kind of reserving judgment until I can actually see that it will upload. I have that whole I'm from Missouri thing. You need to show me that it's going to work. Stupidly, I started out using the timeline mode, which they tell you at the beginning the timeline mode is the harder of the two, but after you sign up, it seemed like you were just put into timeline mode. So if you use that, you might want to make sure from the beginning that you're in the storytelling mode or storyboard mode. So anyway, I started doing it in timeline mode, and that wasn't terribly hard, but it has at the bottom this grid of editing, and to me that's difficult. And Movie Maker has that, and so did this other thing that I downloaded, and that is difficult. And so I guess the technology gods were looking down on me, and I happened to look at this drop down menu, and there was storyboard mode, and I thought, oh. I clicked on that and it said, oh, do you want to do that? You're going to lose something, but I wasn't losing anything of importance, it didn't seem to me. So I clicked yes, and all of a sudden I'm in storyboard mode, and I'm able to just drop and drag like it says in the video, and it's much easier than doing the timeline mode, although I think that is not that difficult either. And anyway, I think that that's going to be pretty good. You can select a theme, which I did, but the audio doesn't play in the preview mode. And maybe there isn't audio. I can't quite figure that out yet either. So I may have to add a soundtrack. And if I do, I'll just download one from Bensound or from iTunes. And the music is not great on WeVideo. I went through all the tracks they had, which were not many. If you want good sound from WeVideo, you have to do a premium or an upgrade, and I'm not willing to pay for that. If I'm going to do that, I'll just buy a track from iTunes or go to Bensound and get one from there. There's also a microphone for a voiceover. I haven't tried that yet. In the past, I've had a little trouble with my own computer's compatibility, so we'll see how that goes. But if it does work, then I should be able to put a little narration in. And right on the image screens that I have for my movie, there's a little tab that says edit, and you can just add text right in there. So my plan is to do that this afternoon. So we'll see if that's easy also. Obviously, this is still a work in progress. I also, you probably have noticed, posted a help discussion forum because I did have some questions, particularly after hearing your video, Brenda. I didn't know if the requirement was to put video in and edit the video, or if you can just use still images and make them a movie. And so I started out with a book called The Invention of Wings and decided that because of its historical nature, it was hard to find images. And anyway, it was just difficult. And so I decided that I was going to use a more contemporary novel that had you can put then, it can have cars in the picture, for instance. That was sort of an issue with the other one. You can't have cars, you can't have a lot of things that are, really bring it into even the 19th and 20th centuries. And so anyway, that was an issue. And so I'm using the book Defending Jacob. And there will be a movie that comes out in a couple of years, and there is a movie trailer out there, but I'm trying not to look at stuff because that muddies me up. I always think that other people have better ideas, and then I like them and I don't want to use someone else's ideas. I need to use my own. And so I'm just trying to figure out if I need to use some video and cut that. I also found a Fox TV show called Surviving Jack, which I think has been canceled, that stars Chris Maloney and some other people, but it's a man and a woman and a son, father, mother, son combo, and that works well for this novel. And so I was using those, but then I think, well, am I going to get in trouble for using those pictures in this video? But it seems like public domain since they're publicity photos. And so does anybody have any thoughts on that? I mean, I don't want to upload something to YouTube and have the YouTube police come after me or something worse than that, like get in trouble with the MLA program. So anyway, those are my thoughts on doing the video. I think once I get it going, I'll be pleased and happy. I'm just sort of stuck at this point. So I'll be anxious to see what you come up with, and hopefully we'll get to see each other's videos. So have a good long weekend.